Hey y'all, it's Allie. I am back with another video. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not wearing any makeup and I'm looking a little raggedy in my jammy jams, but I did get up early so that way you guys hopefully wouldn't hear as much traffic because I do live off of a main street. And I do plan on working out after making these videos, so I really didn't want to put a bunch of makeup on and then go work out and sweat a lot and then have to wash it all off and do it all over again. So it's just me being lazy. That's why I look like this, so I apologize. But anyway, I really wanted to make a video as far as regain goes and as far as eating the things that you are supposed to avoid. I'm just going to recap like I do in all of my videos for bariatric surgery. Is I was 320 pounds at my heaviest. I had gastric sleeve weight loss surgery in October of 2018. At my lowest weight, I got down to 134, and right now I am 151. So I do have a little bit of regain happening. And then also for reference, I'm 5'2". I don't know if you guys want to know about that, but I am 5'2", so I'm a short person. I remember when I started the weight loss journey and I started doing research, and I did have my surgery through Kaiser, so I did have to take this class called Options. It was once a week, it was for 3 months, and basically you learn what you're supposed to be eating pre-surgery, you learn what you're supposed to be eating post-surgery, what phases of things you're supposed to be eating, what you're supposed to be eating in certain phases after surgery. And then also it talks about mental health as well, like trying to address why you eat like you eat and the struggles you may go through mentally when you are not able to eat those things anymore. So I found that really helpful. But again, when I first started the journey, I see a lot of people on my support groups actually say this too, who are either pre-op or within their very early phases of weight loss surgery. If somebody like suggests something that maybe has too many carbs, maybe is a little bit higher calories, or maybe has sugars that we should avoid, like they want to be, I wouldn't say judgmental about it, but just kind of be negative about those things. And I never did that online, but I would think that, I would say, why would that person choose that? That's not what they're supposed to be eating, and things like that. And then I had the surgery, and now I'm, like 2.5 years post-op, and I did have regain. So it's easy to think about maybe before surgery or right after your surgery that like, I'm never gonna have a cookie again. I'm never gonna eat cake again. No more burgers and pizzas for me. I will never eat fries again. I'll never drink alcohol again. But as time goes on, like, at least for me, I kind of was a little bit more relaxed in my diet when I was able to eat like more solid things and things like that. I'm not saying that it was the right thing to do, but I am 34 now, so I'm still young, and hopefully have a full life ahead of me. So there are, still many years of living and eating to have. So I did indulge in some things I wasn't supposed to. And I want to say, luckily for me or unluckily for me, I never had really an issue with like dumping syndrome. I know that everybody is different. Some people will test the waters and try and have something like a little piece of cake, like a little bit of cake or like a cookie or a few bites of like a pizza, and they would just get violently sick, with the dumping syndrome. Again, fortunately and unfortunately, I never had that issue. I would feel pretty full after a couple of bites of something, naturally, because I had the weight loss surgery. But as far as like what I was putting in my mouth and eating, it didn't make me sick as far as dumping goes. So I was honestly happy about that, but then I was also terrified about that because it would have been nice to not be able to eat those things, knowing that I would feel sick, because then I would completely avoid them and then they wouldn't be an issue. But it was also nice to know that I could taste something, or I can have a little nibble of something and not feel sick and kind of enjoy things. Like, for example, my mother-in-law, she sends a tin of these cookies that she bakes every holiday, around Christmas time, she mails them to us. So it's nice to be able to eat a couple of those. If I go on vacation or I'm away from my house and I don't have my like typical meals that I have planned, it's nice to know that I can pick healthier options, but I don't have to be super strict and feel like I'm gonna get sick. So that's the part that I'm like, that's kind of nice, but not having that feeling of knowing I can't eat some stuff. I kind of wish that I was one of those people that just could not tolerate things like that. I'm gonna be 100% honest. I was extremely strict on my diet. I would say the first year after surgery, I followed everything to the T. Logged my food. I actually used my FitnessPal. I don't use it anymore, but I would use my FitnessPal and track everything and make sure that I was getting enough protein and I wasn't going over calories and that my sugar was fine. So I really would recommend my FitnessPal if you wanted something like that. It was really easy to use. But anyway, so I was really strict on that for about a year. I don't know why my voice is so like, ooh, sorry. Maybe I'm just nervous. And then I started testing things out, like food that I knew I should have avoided, but I didn't. And I tested them out and I was able to tolerate them. And then I kind of slipped into this bad habit of, so let's say out of the week, six days out of the week, I would be really good. And then one day out of the week, I would be really bad, like really bad, like fast food and cake and sugar and things like that. I mean, it is what it is. But that's what I started doing like a year after surgery, was not avoiding the foods that I should have been avoiding. One thing I did do about a year and a half after my surgery was drink soda. It wasn't like, it was the diet soda. Like even before my surgery, I did not like regular soda. I always drank diet soda. But regardless, as you all may know, we're supposed to avoid carbonation. And I started drinking diet soda. It would start off with like a can of diet, like root beer every few days. I'll even admit right now, I do drink diet soda still. And honestly, that's something that I wouldn't recommend, because I feel like just starting to drink the diet soda made me able to eat more than I could before. And I think it was a lot of the carbonation and gas were stretching my stomach out a little bit. So it made my sleeve not as tight. So I was able to eat more things and not be as full as fast. So I know if you want to have some diet soda like every now and then, I don't really personally feel like that would be terrible, but I would honestly recommend not getting into the habit of making diet soda a normal part of your day, or any carbonation for that matter. I know I'm not supposed to, but I still do. I don't know why, but I do. So I was 320 pounds when I first started the journey to pursue weight loss surgery. I believe on my surgery date, I was 280, maybe a little bit like 275, 280 maybe. And then I'm sorry, I'm playing with a rubber band, I should stop. I did lose, I don't even know how many pounds I lost, but I got down to 134. That was my lowest weight. And then I had I'm blanking out, oh my gosh. And then I had the elective mastectomy. And I gained a little bit of weight during that recovery. I tried to say it was swelling, but there was a lot of swelling, but it was also a lot of eating. I had my elective mastectomy in February of 2020, and I had gained a little bit of weight after that. And then I had my reconstruction surgery in November of 2020, and swelling, but it wasn't just all swelling, it was eating. I gained a little bit of weight from that too. So when I first saw my plastic surgeon, I was 134, and then by my second surgery from reconstruction, I think I was 150. And then now, from just mindlessly eating and eating whatever I wanted to, even if it wasn't in large quantities, just not making the right decisions. I had gotten back up to 160. That was the heaviest I saw since this whole thing. And that really freaked me out because I didn't want to undo everything that I had worked so hard for. I was honestly like terrified of being as heavy as I was. I'll even sometimes have nightmares. Like honestly, I'll have nightmares where I'll have a dream and I'm like way heavier than I am now, or back to my original weight of 320. And then I wake up and then I tell myself it's going to be a different day, get back on it, you're fine. And then I try, and then it gets to a point where I cave in and I eat something that I'm not supposed to. And then I feel bad about it. I even stopped, like, when I had regained that weight, I had stopped. Sorry, I'm gonna take a drink. Oh, coffee. I had stopped exercising too. I will say that the reason that I stopped exercising was because of my elective mastectomy mostly, just because I was recovering from that, and then also I did have tissue expanders in my chest, and it was extremely uncomfortable. I had those for like 10 months. I could have done some exercises. I could have at least walked. So yes, I'm gonna say I'm using that as an excuse, but that's like the honest truth. So I stopped exercising. I wasn't eating what I was supposed to eat, and it showed on the scale. Over this last week, I've really tried to get refocused on eating better and working out. I work out at home. I actually bought myself a ProForm elliptical bike, which I'll talk about in another video. I really, really like it. So I'm exercising. I exercise at least 30 minutes a day. I would say 5 days a week. I am being very mindful of my eating. Thinking about what I'm going to eat throughout the day and sticking to it, making sure that I don't go off the rails, pretty much making sure I don't get hungry. And that's the problem, is when I was eating really bad, I would go really long periods without eating, and then I would be extremely hungry. And then rather than be like, okay, let me prepare this, which is healthier, I'm just gonna like either get fast food, or I'm gonna pick something out of my fridge or pantry that wasn't the easy, like wasn't good for me, but it was easy and it was fast, so I would eat that. So I'm just trying not to be hungry, and I'm trying to make sure I have everything I need to eat well throughout the day. um, I've lost about 6 pounds over, I would say, this last 2 weeks, to be honest. And that's just from working out and trying to make better choices. I honestly didn't expect to lose that much weight that quickly, because when you first have weight loss surgery, from when you're at your heaviest, the weight comes off really quickly at first. And then the smaller you get, or the less you weigh, it takes a lot longer to lose weight. And that's just how it is, at least for me. I can't speak for everybody, but that's how I was. So I honestly was expecting, if I stayed on track, to like lose maybe like 4 or 5 pounds a month. So the fact that I lost that much weight in like a week and a half or 2 weeks, it's good. One thing that I do, which might be a little excessive and probably not recommended, but weighing myself every day. I think from weighing myself every day, it actually helped me not gain more weight than I had. Because when I saw 160 on the scale, that was like a wake-up call. Like, I mean, when I would get on the scale, I would see it gradually go up, like some ounces, some ounces, some ounces, some ounces, some ounces. And I would be like, that's not bad. It's okay. Like, it's fine. It's better than where I was. And then when I saw 160, I was like, I'm going in the opposite direction. So I do weigh myself every day. It just kind of keeps me in check. Again, that's probably something that's not recommended, but that's what I do. I'm gonna do some more videos of what I'm eating in a day. I just need to go grocery shopping. I've just been really lazy, and it's been kind of rainy, and I just haven't really wanted to leave the house, besides for work. But I'm gonna do some more of those, because I do have a lot of things that I like to eat and snack on and nibble on and have for meals that have really helped me out and keep me filled and keep like my taste buds fulfilled, so I'm not going off the rails. But pretty much, I guess what I'm trying to say is, bottom line, the weight loss surgery, the gastric sleeve, the bariatric surgery, like the gastric bypass, lap band, whatever you do, it's not going to do it for you. You really have to work at it. You really need to move around, work out. You don't have to work out extra hard, but at least get some movement in. Be mindful of what you eat. I think a lot of people's perception of weight loss surgery is, I had weight loss surgery and it did the work for me, and I just can't eat. I just don't eat, so I lost all this weight. But it's not like that. You have to really, really work at it. And then when you stop working at it, that's when you get the regain, and that's when you maybe not feel as well. I know when I was eating with reckless abandonment, I didn't feel good. Like, physically, I did not feel well, and mentally I didn't feel well, because I knew I was not doing what I was supposed to, and I was putting all this bad stuff into my body, and I just felt ran down. I felt really tired all the time. I felt sluggish, lethargic, things like that. And even just making this change for the last like couple of weeks, I do feel a lot better. I have more energy, and I feel like I don't sleep as much. Like, when I started regaining weight, I'm not even gonna lie, I slept like 10 hours a day, like overnight, obviously not during the day. And that's a lot. Like, I don't need that much sleep. Like, my life is not that physically complex or whatever to where I need to sleep that much. But now I'm back on a regular schedule of about sleeping like 7 to 8 hours a day, and I wake up and I feel fine. I don't feel so ran down. So I will say that one thing that I have said to myself, and I don't know if I saw this somewhere. I don't know if somebody else said it, so I'm not trying to take credit. But one thing that I've started saying to myself every day, or when I feel like maybe I'm getting to a weak point, or even when I look at the mirror and I can see the regain and I'm not really happy with it, is I tell myself, my weight is my choice. And that goes for two different things. Now, I'm talking about like if you're taking medicine or you have a pre-existing medical condition or what have you that either make you gain weight or make it hard for you to lose weight. I'm not talking about that, like that's separate. But I mean, for me personally, because I don't have those issues, is my weight is my choice because I choose what I put in my mouth and I choose what the scale says. I choose that part. And then also, my weight is my choice as far as if I stayed the weight I am now, if I stayed at 160, if I'm happy with it, that's my choice. And that's how I'm going to live my life. And whatever the scale says, whatever weight I feel most comfortable at is my choice. And then also whatever I consume is my choice. I am working on myself. I'm going to make another video about my exercise routine and things I do to keep active and what I'm going to be eating throughout the days. I hope it helps somebody. That's the reason I make these videos, is to honestly just try and help anybody, even if they just get a little bit of information from my videos and it really helps them out. You know, that makes me really happy. I am a work in progress. I'm going to keep doing videos until I think I want to get down to, I think I want to be 140. I think I would feel happiest personally at 140. So I do have about 11 more pounds to lose. And again, I'm not expecting to lose that in like another like week or two or anything like that. If I lose like 2 pounds a month, I just got to keep working at it and I will eventually get there. Slow and steady wins the race. But anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble. I don't know if this was helpful at all. I don't know if this was extremely boring, but I just wanted to be honest and just kind of put it all out there. And it is something that I'm currently working on. So I wanted to kind of share my experience as it's happening. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or any comments or anything like that, please leave them down below and then I will address them in another video. So anyway, guys, thank you for listening to me ramble and whatnot. But I hope you have a great rest of your day. Okay, bye.